My name is Marek. I work in eWay as a customer success manager, totally in 4 years now. And on today's webinar, I would like to show you the eWay Online product that we have. Just a little bit of a background. We are always looking at what Microsoft is doing, because eWay, of course, is integrated into Microsoft. And our main product, the eWay Desktop, so far, as an add-in in the classic desktop Outlook, is now slowly evolving, or maybe changing, to eWay Online. Not only because we thought it would be a good idea to do it, but also because Microsoft has released a statement that they will eventually turn down or turn off the classic desktop Outlook in a few years. And so we need to make sure that all of our clients have the other platform where to switch when this happens. So this is why going from desktop Outlook and desktop eWay, we are slowly transferring to the online Outlook and online eWay. Currently, there is still few modules missing from the online eWay, because of course we are talking about 4 years of development of the online platform versus 17 years of development of the desktop eWay. So we are in a transition phase. Currently, there are 3 sections that are still missing in eWay Online, and that is bookkeeping, marketing, and reports. Currently, we are already working on developing bookkeeping, and then the rest will follow after. Before I dive into specific features and modules here and the differences between the desktop eWay and eWay Online, let me first say that when I think about the benefits of eWay Online in general, I can think about 2 things. First one would be the flexibility of access, because for eWay Desktop, you need the Windows desktop version of Outlook. You need to install the add-in there, and without this, you cannot access the data. It's very different in eWay Online, because it doesn't matter what browser you are on, it doesn't matter what device you are on. You can log in with your phone, with your tablet, with your, PC, without Windows, Mac, whatever. And you can have eWay on multiple devices. So the flexibility of access is one of the biggest advantages compared to the classic desktop eWay. The second one would be no synchronization, no slowing down of Outlook. In general, of course, any add-in within a desktop app is slowing it down at some point. It all relates to various reasons, like how full is the inbox, how powerful is the PC unit, and stuff like that. But in eWay Online, you just log in through a web page. So there is no synchronization among users, because any data that you enter, they are visible there instantly. And also, since it's not the add-in in the desktop application, loading time of the windows, etc., is very, very fast. So in general, these are the big differences of the 2 systems. And right now, I would like to show you the differences in terms of functionality, features, and how actually you can work with eWay Online. So the first big difference that we are currently looking at is this homepage. Because in eWay Desktop, there is no homepage. You start with selecting a module. So usually clients go to contacts and companies, and they start there. But in eWay Online, you have the option to start with this homepage, where you have the overviews of all the modules, and for administrators, of course, the admin center. On the right side here, you have the sections of my daily tasks. So I can see all tasks that are due for today. I can quickly create a new task here. And this existing task I can mark as complete if this is what I want to do. Or with double click, of course, I can open it and somehow work with it. Here at the bottom, we have a section called Recent, which includes my recent activity in the CRM. So I see I worked with the task, deals, some contact information. So if repetitively I work with some open deals or projects of mine, I don't necessarily need to go to deals, search for it by name, and then open it, but I can see my recent activity here and just with a double click, go and manage this record as I want. So this should also help you navigate through the data a bit faster. What we also want to do here, and this is what I mentioned in the beginning, the missing section of reports, we want to also implement some reports here, either predefined reports or the ability for users to create their own, some simple graph. And we basically want to personalize this homepage as much as possible for the user. Here on the top, you can also see the sections for administrators, like add a new user quickly, or see what's new in terms of features. For any user, of course, we have the education areas here with videos on YouTube or how-to articles on our web. Very similar to eWay Desktop, we also have the settings section here with the language, of course, first, but the most common setup is in the emails section, where you can track your email communication between your clients that are saved in your, or contacts that are saved in your eWay database, and of course your inbox, where you either send or receive emails. What I would need to do is just connect my mailbox here, and then it works pretty much the same as in eWay Desktop. I can select for incoming and outgoing emails what kind of emails I want to track. We have added options to track all emails, no matter if the email address is actually saved in eWay-CRM or not. And also, you can define the ignored or tracked domains, meaning we do not necessarily need to have the specific email address in the database. We can just add a domain here, and everything that comes from this domain in general will be saved. The same way, but the other way around, it works with the ignored domains. And of course, we can also synchronize our contacts with Microsoft 365. The difference between the previous desktop synchronization of emails or contacts was that it worked on a local mode. This is now a server mode. So once you turn it on, it happens automatically in the background, and you don't really need to worry about anything. Let me dive into specific modules right now and features there. Let's start with contacts. Here you can see that the view at the data pretty much looks the same way as in the desktop eWay in the new layout. The difference is that, of course, for any page here on in the browser, you can apply zoom. So if I want to see more records on one page, I can make it smaller or bigger. That's totally up to me. The setup is for the page, so it will remember the setup only for eWay, and for other tabs or other web pages, of course, it will stay at 100%. So you can customize it like that. And of course, here you have also different kind of views, which I will show maybe better on deals or projects where it makes more sense. On the top, you can see the section of the user views, where I filtered and changed the way I look at my data, and then I saved it into different views. Each of these is represented by this bubble here. So this is my default view, and I kind of modified it to basic view, adding some other columns. What I can do, of course, with the view is resave the current view or go for manage the views in general. Here I have contacts and the saved views there, but if I just go straight from here to projects, I can see also that I created a basic view for projects here. So this is where I can manage all the views. These are the settings that I recently opened from the homepage. Here on the right click, I have the menu where I can, of course, find more columns to bring over to the overview. Again, on the right click, I can hide a column. So this is how I can work with what is displayed and what is not. I can group it. I can apply some filters. Of course, this is pretty much the same as I have in eWay Desktop. But I also have these buttons here, the most used ones. So I don't necessarily need to go here, but I can just click straight here to do something with the layout. I will just show you when I create a new contact. And I will take as example my colleague here. And I want to save this record. eWay will automatically detect that I'm creating a contact with a new email address that is not yet existing in eWay, and it will ask me whether I want to import older emails. That means that I can, if I would click yes, which I will not do now, it would give me the option to connect my mailbox and then define a period from which I want to import these older emails. So I can select just 1 month back or 3 years back. It's totally up to me. The importance of this is that I'm no longer creating a blank contact record with nothing attached, but I can bring over the history of email communication and, make this contact a bit more complete in terms of the CRM. So this is a new feature that is here. Also see the buttons over here, which give me also the options how to work with the data in terms of exporting or importing stuff into eWay or synchronizing, because here I have the button to export to Excel, which I can do from this list of contacts. The same way I can import contacts from Excel here, or I can import contacts one time from the Microsoft 365 linked account, or I can synchronize contacts automatically. It's just about connecting your inbox. You can also import emails in bulk. That means that for selected period of time, you can import the emails history from your inbox from 40 contacts that are here. So maybe as you created new contacts, only partially these emails got in, maybe only from that point when the contact was created. So right now you can import your emails in bulk. On the company level, the principles are pretty much the same. One thing that I can show you here are the categories, which I added as an extra column here. And let me just rename this, because of course the categories can be used for pretty much anything. Sometimes clients use it for marking maybe some companies or contacts by the importance. Sometimes they can work with the categories in terms of marketing campaigns they want to send or anything else. The purpose is totally different each time. For me right now, I would go for categories importance 1, for instance, and importance 2, just to give you an example. For categories, we have implemented them with predefined colors that you can also manage. I'm going to apply the category like this. Of course, the advantage of using categories compared to using fields is that there are the colors that are predefined for each category, and this is the, I don't know, bigger importance, is that you can apply categories for all the modules, because once you have created importance 1 and importance 2 categories, you can also apply them for contacts. So using the column chooser, let me just bring over the categories column so I can see that. You can see that some of the contacts already have these categories. So the same ones are available for contacts, companies, deals, projects, whatever records you have in eWay. With a simple click on the importance 2 category, I will just filter the importance 2 green category. And of course, I can get rid of it back just with a simple click. So this is how you can work with categories, how you can sort data by it, and the same feature of eWay Desktop was kind of enhanced and implemented this way into eWay Online. The other thing is, let me use companies as an example right now, is that, for example, on this company, I have some address in Czech Republic, and it doesn't really matter in the overview of the companies what kind of column or what kind of field containing the address is displayed, because if it's a street or city, it always takes the whole address from the company, and it opens the Google Maps based on that. So if I click on this city in Czech Republic, it will open me the address of this company, and I can, I don't know, plan my route, or I can see where I can park when going to a client, or I can just simply see how much time it will take me to get there by car if I'm going there for a meeting. So this is the simple integration with Google Maps. Very easy on one click for any section with address, from contacts, companies, anywhere else where is an address. You can go straight to Google Maps. Let's go for deals. So I can show you the difference between the views here, because the list view, this is the basic view. Each row represents one deal for me. In this case, we are in the sample travel database, so one deal equals one vacation that is being planned. And in this case, I can see the standard list view, which is available for eWay Desktop, but that's it. In eWay Online, you have alternatives. You have alternative to go for compact lists, which really is still staying in the new layout, but, you know, turning into more Excel view of on the data. It will allow me to see more records at one page, simply. Or this is what we saw in the beginning, was the board view, which works differently, because it's a kind of a table view at the data, where each table here is a deal for me. This is the holiday that is being planned, and on the top you can see in what stage it is, because when I click on the company vacation deal here, I can see that this is the workflow it needs to go through, and currently it's in the stage proposal. So here the workflow stages are represented in the headers of the columns. So I go from new to done, from left to right, and I can move my deals from one stage to another. So let's say this was in the proposal stage, and I know right now that we are proceeding to contract, so I just drag and drop it here, and that's it. And this is how I visualize my data. Of course, the board view is very good for any modules where you have the workflow, so usually deals, projects, or tasks. What I can do again here is apply the zoom, so I can see more records at one page. So for me, this is good because I can see all the done deals here, and I can see the open ones, and I can manage it from here. With a double click, I can open it. And if I move the zoom back to 100%, I will also show you that with this field chooser column, I can choose what data is also visible in the preview. So for example, created on, yeah, and I have the created on time here of each deal. Or I can choose any other field, no matter if it's a system field or custom field, and you have up to 10 different fields to choose to define how the preview of the deal will look like here. So the Kanban view, how it's called, or the board view, this is also something that is only available for eWay Online, and it's not available for the desktop eWay. Very important thing that I forgot to mention in the beginning is that from this point forward, any new updates of eWay will only include new features for eWay Online. We will still support the classic desktop eWay until Microsoft shuts it down, of course, but new features will only come to eWay Online because, of course, for us, it doesn't make sense to create new stuff into platform that will eventually end in a few years. There is one thing that I would also mention for administrators. We have tried to make it more simple in terms of customizing the workflow or customizing the fields with some options, like, for example, the field referral source here, where I have these 4 options. In the desktop eWay or in previous versions, you would need, as the administrator, go to the administration center, find the section of fields, find this field, and define other options there. Right now, on a simple click, you can add new option here, and it will automatically be reflected in this drop-down. The same way with workflows, you have the edit button here. So with this, you can edit the workflow and rename the statuses, add new statuses, remove statuses. Very simple, and you can manage it straight from here. You don't necessarily need to go to the administration for that. So this is just the admin part. Of course, the standard user cannot see these edit sections, but the administrators can. And the last, but I would say the most exciting feature that I would like to show you is the in-cell editing, which is the feature that was very anticipated by a lot of our customers. What it means is that in the eWay desktop, when you want to change anything in the contact, in the company, in the deal, you need to double click and see what you want to change here. And I don't know, change the name, change the email address, change the note. But in the eWay Online 8.3, you can change it with a slower double click straight from here. So if I just click here, this field is open for editing and I can change the name. Or I can say that for job title, this is empty and I know this person is a project manager. I'll just put it like here. And of course, these changes apply for any modules, almost for any field. Of course, there are some fields that may be locked for editing or something like that. So it may be different, but for most of the fields and all the modules, you have the same functionality. So you can straight from here change your information. We will also work in the second step on the bulk changes. So you can, for example, select 10 contacts at once and change the owner for all of them. This will come as the step 2.